So what's good, Aquarius? So first card out, we got Queen of Wands. Are you feeling very psychic, passionate, magical, maybe possibly intuitive, creative? But I see a lot of passion, a lot of magic behind this. The black cat speaks about intuition, psychic abilities, strength. This is an amazing card out. Possibly even a practitioner of the occult. But it's someone who's just feeling very passionate, very creative, someone who wants to start something new. The Empress is what crosses you. Why is the Empress crossing you? The Empress, this is a situation that crosses you now. The Empress is the mother of the tarot. She has all the characteristics of all of the queens, but the Empress is, she's also a mother. So maybe you have a lot of creative and passionate pursuits that you want to take off and you want to build and create, but maybe you have a lot of responsibilities, home, nurturing children, taking care of things. You know, it crosses you. Maybe it's something that you have to do every day, that kind of like, it's a lot of responsibility. That is your immediate challenge. Why is the Empress the immediate challenge? Maybe you want to create something. And the Empresses could be a pregnancy. It could be someone who wants to start a new business. Someone who wants to bring a business or creative project into life and wants to nurture it to grow. And maybe it's like, maybe you've had a lot of things that you had to do, responsibilities, children, to take care of yourself, and it hasn't been giving you like the opportunity to follow your passions as much as you would like to. What is your foundation? The Emperor in reverse. The cause of the situation, your physical, emotional needs, plus your subconscious desires. So Aquarius, your physical, emotional needs, the causes of this is your foundation, the Emperor in reverse. Were you dealing with an Aries, or just someone who can be really controlling, somebody who doesn't really have a handle on their life, maybe not very organized, but yet they can be kind of very controlling over other people around them and the situation around them. Maybe it could be a lack of movement forward or a lack of somebody who thinks about decisions that they make. They're very hasty and can be very volatile and controlling. But that's your foundation. Maybe you have a business or a passion you need to get off the ground. Maybe it's you needing to get organized. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of argumentative people in a very problematic environment. Maybe a lot of fighting, or somebody who wants to control you, or people around you who always have their 2 cents or about what you want to do, how to get things off the starting, in almost an overbearing kind of way. Maybe you've had a lot of overbearing people in your life, and instead of nurturing you, you know, you feel like you're unsupported, and you have been by the people that come into your life, Aquarius. Maybe you were having a lot of people around you, or you allowed a lot of people around you, or kept around you that really didn't have a lot of your best interests at heart, you know, and maybe led you down more of a wrong path. And it's not because they were looking out for the best for you, it was because of what they could get out of the situation. What about the past? Tell me about the past for Aquarius. This could even be you on your foundation, a lack of balance or discipline, or having really problematic people around in your life. Maybe a father figure or ex-husband, somebody who's just really, people around you that's very controlling. What about your past, Aquarius? Tell me about your past. Tell me about your past. Your past is that you're defensive. The Wounded Warrior card. He has this bandage on his head. He's hurt. And he has a bunch of wands ahead of him. He's guarding himself. And he's defensive because he has been hurt. He has to protect. Feels like he needs to protect himself. This is you in the past. Maybe you've had a lot of controlling people, or people around that you thought were friends, but, or thought that they would work with you on something or some kind of venture, but then it always ended up that they were really in it to try to control you, and instead of nurturing whenever you got assistance, as in like support from people around you, they just more like kind of, I don't know, tore you down, you know? And now you feel defensive because of it. Maybe people were defensive around you. Maybe you're defensive around other people. Your goals, your conscious awareness, the best that can be accomplished at the present moment. Your goals is healing. You know, your goals is to heal within yourself. Is to be okay within yourself. Heal from the scars that you've had. And go for the dreams that you want, because it seems like you have a lot of passion for something in particular, you know, and it seems like you want to go towards that goal. You no longer want to be defensive and deal with a lot of problematic people. Instead of supporting you, they're just around to try to control you and inflict their will on you. What's ahead of you? Your future, what is just before you? Oh, Jesus, this is much too much. Let me see. Okay. Now what's ahead of you is the Ten of Cups. It's a family situation, it's happiness, it's emotional fulfillment. You see how they're cradling their baby, adjusting, being content in their new life and new beginnings. You no longer want to be defensive anymore. You no longer want to be undisciplined, and it seems like you put yourself in a lot of faith in things, and you've always tried to nurture things that you had a lot of hope for. And you kept around people that you thought would support you, but instead, maybe it was your defensiveness that kind of like actually it made you become defensive, because within your situation you had a lot of people who was trying to control you. You know, it could be that you have aspirations and to become in a loving, happy relationship. And it seems like every time you set up to something new, you had a fear that came up, or somebody around you did. And it was because you were hurt before. Possibly someone even sees you as the Empress. Maybe this is somewhere that you would like to, a position that you would like to get to. And you feel like you're not quite there yet, but you have passions to achieve something. What's ahead of you is 10 of Cups. It's happiness. It's fulfillment and abundance, and you're striving to be okay and healed and happy and going towards things that'll make you happy and fulfilled on your own. You're no longer putting a lot of faith in people who kind of let you down in the past. How you see yourself. Wheel of Fortune, a brand new beginning, Aquarius. Something auspicious, something brand new, an end to one chapter and a beginning to another. But it's something good fortune. It's something that's brand new. But it's another turn of a wheel of fortune, a turn of fate, like a new like a wheel of fortune. It's something brand new. And it's something auspicious. And you feel like you are fortunate right now. Maybe you had a bit of good news and something was weighing on you in the past and you felt unbalanced because something was weighing on you. Maybe you were put on hold for something because you're waiting to hear about something that was really important, or maybe about a move, maybe about results, a court case, or something in particular, and you felt like this something was holding you up, and you didn't feel like you could go towards it, and it was throwing you off balance. But now something came in, and it actually cleared up a lot of roads for you. Clear the roads to like a new way, a new chapter, a new beginning, a wheel of fortune, something brand new and amazing. This is how you see yourself. Something came known and came to light, and it made you feel really grateful for what you have. You feel lucky again. You know, you feel like things are finally turning in your favor, you know, and you feel passionate to start it. The Queen of Wands, she's beautiful, she's passionate, she's amazing. Like, she's creative, she's insightful, she's magical. And what crosses you, the Empress, is being able to nurture something that you really want. Because you were waiting on something in particular. But now that this came in, it makes you feel really grateful. And it makes you feel like you could start again. I mean, you feel like something was holding you back. You couldn't actually go towards something. It was a lot of start and stops because there's something that was there that was on hold, and it finally came to light, and it was good news. It's good. It's definitely going to bring you a lot of happiness, and you feel fortunate now that this finally came in. Your environment, your home, your surroundings, family, love, friends, works, that which is outside of yourself, and how others perceive you. Knight of Cups. So, your environment, how other people see you. Well, maybe they see you that, you know, you can be kind of immature. You don't, you know, you have a lot of passion to go towards something, or maybe somebody has a lot of passion to go towards you to, you know, kind of send out a message or give you a message about, you know, about maybe an offer. And a knight, that's movement towards you to kind of give you that message, something that's emotion based that they want to give you. That's your environment on the outside. Maybe people could be seeing you as somebody is kind of young and carefree and doesn't really think things through as much because, you know, that you have a light heart and you're lighthearted. and you're very emotion filled, and they see you as someone who can be really lighthearted, but still emotion filled and sensitive, but maybe someone who's quite young. Maybe someone wants to give you an offer, some kind of emotional offer. Your hopes and fears of attaining the goal, the lesson to be learned blocking your development. Eight of Cups. This is your hopes and fears. So realizing, so the Eight of Cups, he's looking at this moon, and he's looking about, he's dreaming of his self-fulfillment, of his emotional fulfillment. And wherever he is not where he's feeling his emotion. He feels it somewhere that's kind of far off, like in that dream state. He's dreaming of something, yearning for something. Maybe that's the thing that's holding you back, because, it's less focusing on what you have now and the here and now, and more focusing on the outside of what you could have, or that idea that there's something out there that could actually make you happy and emotionally fulfilled. And it's never really looking around to see all of the fulfillment that you kind of just fail to see, because, you spend a lot of time daydreaming. Maybe you have a dream for something in particular, and maybe you feel like you're never be able to get it. Or maybe you kind of have some kind of unfulfillment in some kind of way, so you kind of check out and daydream instead of focusing on what you need to do. And maybe that dreaming and that daydreaming kind of takes you away from all the blessings that you have now. Your outcome, what you will gain from this experience, the reward. High Priestess, this is intuition, this is knowledge. This is also the card of Pisces, but a High Priestess, she is like on the same line as like the Hierophant. He's religion. The Hierophant is religion and structure. She's intuition. She's intelligent, she's intuitive, and she's spiritual, and she's very knowledgeable about all things occult, and I see a lot of magical things going on here with this Queen of Wands manifesting. She manifests, but she also knows deep secrets. And the Priestess never tells the secrets that she knows, but she has a deep knowing within herself, and you never really quite know what she's thinking, because she doesn't really share what she's thinking, not completely anyway, but she knows a lot more than she shares. And she's very knowledgeable and spiritual and intuitive. And I feel like at the end of this, you're going to gain great insights. You're going to gain great insights. And it's going to open you up to a whole new awareness. And you're feeling amazing. Although you feel like that there is something blocking you, these roads are ahead. And you got a lot of amazing things for you coming out. What is your hidden situation? Eight of Wands. This is a passionate message. Messages, it could be emails, texts, maybe, a phone call. But it's passionate messages coming to and forth. And that's what's something that you don't know that might be on its way, that somebody wants to reach out and give you a message. Maybe somebody that didn't have a lot of plans. Maybe somebody that was kind of reckless. Someone that was kind of selfish. Someone that didn't have a lot of plan, and maybe it left you kind of unorganized and imbalanced and felt like, it made you feel defensive and you kind of were just coming out of this, and maybe it kind of skewed your situation in general because you were defensive about the past, and maybe it threw you off balance and you felt unbalanced in the situation as a whole. But you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know what you want to go towards. And if it's dealing with a person or situation that's more interested in controlling you than it is supporting you and being on your level, then you're no longer going to validation chase anymore. You're no longer dreaming of what people could be or what your idea of people is versus the reality of who they are. It's kind of like seeing things in rose-colored glasses, kind of, and now this is kind of like a fog like lifting on the situation, and you're seeing things in a whole new way. After this news came in, it seems like you were really thinking on things of the past because you were unhappy, because maybe you were kind of like upset in the past over something, over like bad relationships, bad family situations, and even bad work situations, and you were bruised and you felt bruised for a really long time, but it's something that you're definitely coming out of. There will be healing, and you feel it. You're already starting to feel a lot of the roads opening up. Bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. Something that you're not known. Your foundation. This is Four of Pentacles. It's someone who can be kind of selfish. It's someone who can be cautious. Like someone she's guarding all of her pentacles to herself, and you know, she's not looking to splurge. Save your money. You know, be careful in who and what you invest in. Become more balanced within yourself, and don't allow people to sway you and push you off balance and to think that they know better than what you do for what you want, because they don't. Because it's like when you get yourself into a situation where you have an idea about somebody, it kind of blocks you from seeing who they are, and you start focusing on what the person could be. But now it's time to see things and people and situations the way they are, and not to wear those rose-colored glasses. And you did gain a lot of insight from this, and maybe it's needing to stay a little more balanced within yourself as well. Have there been times where you have been a little bit of a tyrant, like over-controlling, and maybe this because you were in a situation that was very controlling with you. Maybe you were brought up in this situation where people always try to overpower you, and you kind of took on a lot of that defensive mode because of that. Maybe it's a need to give up that control, and maybe it's that need to, maybe you feel a need to stay in control because you had like a feeling of lack before. You felt defensive. Maybe you felt defensive that people would always kind of let you down because they have. And you had a long history of that. Maybe somebody in your past did let you down and it left you really defensive. And you kind of had a feeling about somebody that you were dealing with, that somebody that wasn't very genuine, and it brought out the worst in you because you felt unsafe. And maybe it turned you into a situation or a person or it brought out the worst traits in you because you felt unsafe. And possibly this person didn't try to reassure you either. They kind of kept you in the dark, and when you feel kept in the dark, you kind of assume the worst about people. Because you start assuming of what they're hiding, of what things could be. If you're not as open as direct, because that's what you do as the Queen of Wands, the first card out. She's very direct because she doesn't have a lot of time to waste her time. She goes in, she creates, she communicates with passion, you know, and maybe you had such high hopes around people before that you nurtured a lot of people, places, and things because you had that, you'd have felt like you couldn't create within yourself. But you feel like that's changing now after this news came in. You feel like you have a green light to something. Why is this Empress crossing you? Why is this Empress crossing you? Queen of Cups in reverse. Was it? I'll just leave this. So, Queen of Cups. Huh. So this is you, instead of like as in, you could see in this one way. You are the matriarch of a family. You have something that you want to build from the top. You want to nurture something. And you have a lot of passion and intuition for it. You have a lot of like drive to get what you want. But you feel like you have to nurture yourself first. Maybe this, you have been kind of like picking that up. Maybe you've been kind of overworked lately. Maybe you felt like you couldn't manifest within yourself because all of those responsibilities. Ooh, the moon in reverse. So this is a whole new story now. So you're here focusing on yourself now, on your passions, about things you want to get off the ground. The situation that crosses you is possibly a mother. The mother could possibly be mother, wife, girlfriend, you know. She could be a Pisces, Scorpio. I mean, anywhere, honestly, but maybe your mother that is a water sign. Maybe you're having issue with a mother figure and you're starting to see things that you haven't seen before. And, you know, it's like things were clouded over with this Empress, with this mother figure that you have here. And it's things that you didn't see completely or didn't want to see, but the fog is lifting on that. Maybe part of it was like you had a different idea about family members, friends, or sisters, or people involved. And maybe it's some parts of their personalities that was a little more toxic than you knew was even there or possible. Hanged Man. A secret came out about this mother figure. Now you're maybe not speaking, you're not trying to deal with the situation. Maybe words were spoken out of like anger, and things were said. It was the truth, but it was said. Maybe it could have been pretty harsh, but ever since then, it's been a standstill since then. Maybe you're keeping yourself separated after this because maybe something that you didn't know came to light, and it was about someone that, you know, you really cared for and trusted, and you feel like you don't want to invest in that time as much anymore because somebody was a lot more controlling than they let on. Somebody was really manipulative in the past. And that's why you're defensive. It could have been like a really nasty, like a mother who was just kind of like really overbearing, kind of like who kind of wanted what they wanted out of you and expected you to always follow along. The conflicts came out about it. Secrets came out about it. Things were said and you're upset about it now. You're no longer speaking, but it's what's needed because it opened up your eyes to things. Maybe this person guilt tripped you a lot, put on a lot of like, made you feel responsible for a lot of things. Maybe you picked up a lot of slack from this person, this mother figure, or people in general, and you no longer want to do that anymore. What's this Emperor in reverse? What's this Emperor in reverse? Nine of Swords. Now this Aries figure, or this mother figure whose secrets came out, or things were seen, or things that were manipulative or tricky behind your back, kind of like came out, and now you're no longer speaking. Now somebody knew like how much another person was trying to manipulate you and be sneaky behind your back. And now that this other person found out, it kept them up at night. It made them worry about the way they do things. Maybe it left them wondering, or maybe there was news that came out and it kind of left you off balance. And it kept you awake at night. You were worried about something and you felt like you couldn't manifest. About a secret. Secrets about the unknown. There was something that's not known. You were waiting on something, like, could have been anything, like a decision in a court case, or a diagnosis, or like about a job. But it kept you up at night. It worried you. It threw you off balance. But things are okay now. And it's like this secret came out within yourself that, you know, you're abundant again on your own. This revelation kind of like freed you in a way of whatever guilt trip that somebody was trying to put on you. And now the person who was trying to control you is up at night because they feel like they're seen now with their tricks. Or maybe somebody was trying to play a lot of mind games with you. It could have been a mother figure. It could have been a significant other, a father figure, a husband. But somebody who is trying to play a lot of mind games with you. Now that they realize that they can't control you as much as they used to. The secret is you're a lot more independent, and they lost that power over you than you did. And that power that you felt like the people around you could take away from you, you freed yourself because secrets came out about this person. And now the person who was playing mind games on you, they're up at night because the secret is you're fine on your own. You don't need those people that try to control you. Your recent past, Nine of Wands. defensiveness to clarify the Knight of Wands. Do one more for the Knight of Wands. 4 of Swords in reverse. You're defensive because you're through feeling hurt, and you're through with needing to feel like you got to recover from people around you that consistently disappoint you, people that disappointed you a lot in your lifetime. And you're through being defensive, and you took a time out to kind of see a perspective on the situation, of the people around you, the relationships that you invested in. And it might have broken your heart a little to see this realization come up and to see what the people around you are really about. And you did take a rest period. And you were still tender from a lot of those situations, but you still kind of like were optimistic. But each time you were optimistic, you were wounded again. And you're through trying to heal. You're defensive. You want to come out like you're defensive, you're overworked, you need to take a rest. In the past, you felt like you were coming out of black, you were overworked, you were defensive, because you've had a lot of situations where maybe people kind of treated you like a doormat, and this could have started with your family situation. And you kind of brought in those past traumas with you into the present situation, because if you have family situations that treated you like a certain way, it becomes almost like an imprint on the situation, and it plays out your family situation in different environments until you kind of see a pattern that comes about. Kind of like, what am I doing that's contributing to this situation? Do I not stick up for myself as much as I should? Do I let things go as much as I should? Do I not speak up when I should because I'm worried about somebody leaving me or leaving you? Because in the past, they have. And you felt like disappointed a lot. And people trying to control you, and people trying to use you a lot. And maybe this started with even your mother. Someone who could be really manipulative, and you kind of met a lot of people along those lines who kind of mirrored that. Because there is a healing with you that you needed within that time period, and I think that's something that's definitely in the process of happening. It's that realization, it's that healing, and it's also bringing you like a new passion within your life. It made you realize that there was a lack of nurturing in your life, and the people around you and what their intentions really were. And you're no longer investing in that because you want to have a happy family. You were defensive, you were overworked, you were tired, you felt like rejected a lot. And you had a lot of toxic situations, toxic people that would come in and out of your life. And this has definitely been a trend. But this is something that's going to happen that's brand new. This is a cycle to something brand new. But it's something that's going to be much improved. Because it's like you're healing from this. You're dropping a lot of burdens from the past. And it's because you could see things clearly, or clearer than you have before, and how a lot of the way that you went about things, and it didn't really serve you as much, but it also contributed to the unfairness of the situations, because maybe a lot of times people were unfair to you because you were very unfair to yourself. And they saw that, and it's people who would take advantage of that, and if they saw that wound, and it's something that you're healing from, definitely. Because you realize that maybe you suspect that somebody was a certain way for a really long time, but then a confirmation happened, and you don't feel as bad for seeing things the way that they were, like everybody saw you as bad for seeing things the way that it was in the past. But now, instead of waiting for people to validate you because of that, because you didn't feel nurtured, you're starting to validate yourself. And it's definitely freeing. Now, what's the star ahead of you, Aquarius? That's you. That's the star. That's healing. That's magic. That's a wish. It's following a dream. This Four of Cups fell on the floor, but I don't know. Let's try it again. What's the star for Aquarius? What's the star for Aquarius? What's the star for Aquarius? Your goals. Knight of Wands, the star. Maybe somebody sees you as the star. Maybe it's you going passionately towards your wishes, your dreams. Or it could be somebody that's passionately going towards you. What's this Knight of Wands? Who's this Knight of Wands for Aquarius? Conflict. So it's somebody in the past that has a lot of, it's just somebody in the past who's really problematic. Somebody wants to come in and, or somebody is just, somebody can be really impulsive, really thoughtless with their words and actions. Maybe it's somebody who can be immature and somebody who kind of gossips a lot. Or, you know, does a lot of, like, mind games, competition games, kind of like can be really petty. And somebody who was quite toxic in their time. And they want to come in, they want healing with you. Maybe they want to fight with you. Somebody wants to come in and send you a passionate message. And it's going to lead to a fight. And because they're going to come in wanting to talk to you about it, but they're not really offering all that much. And you know it's just conflict, and you just want healing. They see you as a star in healing because they're coming from conflict. This person, this Knight of Wands, is coming from conflict. He's coming from feeling like he's coming from a battle, from a fight, and they're defensive and they don't want to invest in anything. Maybe you don't want to invest in anything. You're rushing towards healing, you know, and you're ready to put up a fight with anyone who tries to come into your space that's unwelcomed. But somebody wants to come in and win. Like somebody's more interested in winning the situation, and they can be pretty dirty. Maybe it's someone who does talk a lot of crap. And it's someone who can be really selfish and really aggressive, and who who cares more about what they want and what they want other people to do than really about the relationship or the person that they're dealing with. And you know this in the past. It's like this is someone who's hurt themselves, but then who projects that hurt into making their environment totally toxic. And you feel like you have to defend yourself, and this person, it just, they exhaust you because they depend on you way too much, because they use you, or maybe you don't see your worth as much as you should. don't speak up as much as you should, and then you have a toxic situation that comes in, and then these people come and they feed off of you. It's a need to be defensive against people like this, and you knowing that because it seems like you got screwed over by this person before, and they're going to come back. They want to come back in, but all it's going to do is come with a lot of conflict. They want to come and speak to you, but they just want to win. And it's like they're not really offering much. They don't offer a lot of support, but it seems like they take a lot. And that's why they want to come and make up with you, because they feel like they're in lack. And it seems like they want to come up with a situation to try to smooth things over and say that they want healing, but all they're bringing behind them is conflict. But then you're good, because you know what? You're putting an end to the conflict. What's this Ten of Cups? The Magician. What's ahead of you? Maybe there was a conflict in the past. Maybe you put an end to something or somebody or people, places, and things. Maybe multiple situations. And it could have been a workplace. It could have been a friends group, a family group. But it's like you're done with selfish people. Like you don't feel like you need them or their validation anymore. And you're healed. And it's going to bring, and maybe you did block this person out in the past before, because you are healed. And it's going to bring an end to the conflict because you're just not getting involved anymore. What's ahead of you? The Magician. So it's manifesting a happy family, a happy relationship, something that's balanced. Maybe you are a single mother here and you want a balanced situation. Maybe you could have had a toxic mother or toxic sisters or toxic significant other that would come in, and they were just more vampires than anything. But you're putting an end to this toxic dynamics because, you know, you want to manifest a happy home life. And whatever you had fears before, whatever you felt like you were held up or paused on, the roads are open. And now things are kind of like opening up for you to follow your dreams. And there's something really amazing. It's headed towards you. Now it's just that it's important to look around you and see what you have already and to appreciate what you have. And you have everything that you need, and knowing that it's important to realize that. Because if you're consistently yearning for people or places and things that you don't have, when are you going to see the beauty of the things that you have around you? Whatever that came to light, whatever kind of idiosyncrasies, manipulation, tactics that people have around you, it's going to gain you a lot of insight into kind of like the nature of people and the situation as a whole. And it's going to help you learn about yourself and kind of what drives you and what has driven you in the past situations and dynamics along the way. The Chariot. It's going towards something brand new. Someone's coming towards you. Maybe a Virgo could be coming towards you, wanting a happy family with you. But it could have been somebody that was really toxic. Maybe somebody wants to manifest. Maybe this mother person or this mother archetype wants to come in. So when you've had issues with, and they want to kind of like make things up. And somebody wants to come in and send you a message. And it's going to come and manifest something because they want a new beginning. They want a happy family. They want a balanced situation. What's this Wheel of Fortune? Why is this Wheel of Fortune here? How do you see yourself? You're no longer just juggling. You're making a decision. You're figuring out what you want and what you're going for, and you're no longer dawdling on it between two things, because now you have direction. You're making that choice, and with this choice, it's going to bring something amazing. Why does your environment see you as the King of Cups? Why does this? Someone wants to make an offer towards you. They're your environment, people want to come and send you a message. They're going to come and send you a message of emotion. There was something that they didn't see that kind of came clear to them, and they felt like it was unjust in the past. Maybe that they were unjust in the past because they weren't seeing something clearly in the past, and they want to come and send you a message, and they're going to come to send you a message or to speak to you, and they want to give you an offer, emotion, something with an apology or something, explanation, something about, like, you know, an understanding. They want to give you an offer. What? The Lovers, Wheel of Fortune, Star. Holy moly. Things are going to come to light for you. Maybe you're going to meet somebody new, someone brand new. It could be somebody that has Aquarius or Pisces or Gemini in their chart. But whatever it is, you could possibly meet somebody new or somebody from the past that's coming back. But I think it could be even something new, and this is someone who's going to bring a lot of healing, and it's someone who has a lot of deep emotion for you, or you them, or both. It's like maybe a past lover situation is coming together, or maybe a new situation is going to come together, and it's going to be amazing. You're looking to create something brand new. Maybe there's somebody here that you see that sees you as like that Empress, and who wants to come in with emotion, but it's something brand new, and it's going to be something amazing. What's this High Priestess? What's this High Priestess? Strength in reverse. Maybe there was a moment where you guys weren't speaking to each other. Maybe you blocked somebody out, and maybe you were playing the waiting game on who's going to speak first. But somebody lost their strength and is going to speak. Somebody wants to work with you, and whatever is kept from you will come to light, and intuitively you knew that this would happen. And you no longer wanted to work on somebody because you kind of gave up the strength or the situation, even though you knew that they would come back eventually, because this person usually does. And all they ever do is bring a lot of conflict, but you're done with that. You're done with the conflict, and now somebody wants to come in again. Or maybe you're meeting somebody brand new, and somebody in the past is coming back again. It's Mercury retrograde. Somebody wants to come in, but it's somebody who can be weak, somebody who's not strong-willed, somebody who can be like really insecure, wanting to come and speak to you, and you kind of like have an intuition about this person. I mean, it seems amazing though. I mean, King of Wands. brand new cycle is going to come in with the King of Wands. Maybe it's two different people. Maybe one from your past and somebody brand new. And then maybe somebody in your past who has wronged you before, or people that wronged you before. They're seeing things in a new perspective, and now they want to come in and speak to you and have a brand new situation. But I think you have more options. Well, let me go ahead and give some advice for you. But what I see is two people, two men, Aquarius. Maybe you're going to meet one old, one new. But one of them is going to be a really good choice. Oh, what? Why didn't I see that? Somebody wants to give to this situation. Somebody wants to be generous with you. This King of Wands. And they see you as somebody who's like their star. They see you as a new beginning, and you see them that way. And it's somebody that's going to be brand new, but be careful with this person. Go slow is Mercury retrograde. If it's brand new or old or two people coming in, just be really observant and go slow. And don't make any quick moves until after Mercury retrograde. Regeneration, regenerate, heal. Maybe you're going through a healing period of your time. You're looking out for your health. You know, you're taking care of you and your health, and you're not dealing with a bunch of other people's dramas that maybe they did pour this on you a lot in your past. Maybe you did carry more of a load than you did. But now it's time for you to focus on you, Aquarius. Know that you are blessed. Be observant of people, places, and things that come around you, because you're healing right now. And when you're healing, when you're regenerating, it's important to be careful about who you let into your surroundings and situation. Be ready. Chaos and conflict. How's this chaos and conflict? You're blessed. You have all that you need. Be observant with the people and places and situations you have coming around you, because this person could be bringing conflict. Clean it up. Unfinished symphony. Flexibility. Whoever's going to come in is going to bring a lot of conflict. It's important to stay focused on what you need, things that you have going on, because you don't want to deal with any of the drama. This is an unfinished situation. It's a karmic symphony that goes around and around and around again. Be flexible. You know, don't be so rigid with yourself, and don't try to fight yourself. Or maybe this person that's going to come around you haven't spoke to in a really long time, maybe you block them, but then they're coming around and wanting to speak with you. You know that they're bringing around a bunch of conflict. Somebody wants to work with you. Somebody wants to kind of work things out, kind of explain things, but you don't see it as something that's going to have any real big changes. Because you've went through the cycles before with this person over and over again. But still be flexible and open to hear this person out. Ask yourself why things turned out the way they did. You know, ask yourself, was it because I was too rigid? Was it because I was too defensive? Maybe it's patterns that you have to see within yourself that does kind of like contribute which of course we all contribute in a way to conflict. It's never just one side, and it's important to see on both sides of what that is in order for you to make a real change. So you can actually find your tribe. And you will find your tribe, and it's kind of like this learning period about learning about who you are, how you relate to the world, and how you relate to relationships around you. Maybe it's you needing to love yourself as much as you put in love for other people, and speak up when you need to, and not accept those small betrayals for fear of them leaving you. It's important to call them out, but also be flexible when you feel kind of betrayed, and not to get so defensive. Is it really just triggers, or is it something that was both contributed to and that kind of caused the conflict? And it's important to not just assume that everybody is like out to get you either, because maybe it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that what you believe that could happen eventually does happen, because you have that heart, like that belief that things won't work out, and you become defensive, and it's kind of like a slow unraveling till then. Clean up the chaos and conflict within yourself. Be observant of how you relate to things and how others relate to you. Clean up any unresolved issues and responsibilities that you have, and don't play into things that start to look really familiar in past situations. Because the moment that you see this happening, where things are starting to happen again, don't be afraid to walk away, and ask yourself why it turned out the way it did. What did I contribute into it? That's part of shadow work, because your time is precious. Don't waste time on people, places, and things that all they do is bring conflict. But still be open to the experience, and just be observant so you don't have to be uber defensive. And be appreciative and aware of how blessed you are here and now, and the in-between. Well, I know that was long-winded, but I hope that helped. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you like that donation, I will put a list down below. Take care, and see you next month. Bye.